Calling all parents with teenagers, it is hard, very hard to keep up with the slang that kids use these days. God, I sound old. One particular phrase, menty B. Menty B has grown very popular on social media, especially among teenagers. It means mental breakdown, I'm told. We have 3 teenage sources on that. Mental health experts say that parents should actually listen carefully if they hear references to menty B. Licensed family therapist George James joins us now to discuss. I sound ridiculous saying the term, and yet we're having a serious conversation about it.
Yes.
Why? Because it could mean what?
You know, it is really important that we pay attention to the slang our young folks share, and menty B is one of those. Most of the times, they're just being silly, or they're just talking about a bad test or a bad day. But if we pay attention, there might be a little bit more that's going on. So we just got to ask some good questions.
What are the things then that parents should do if they overhear that their kids are saying this or they're seeing it on their kids' social media? I mean, I had to Google it when I saw this segment because I didn't know what menty B was. So what are the things parents should do to know if there's a real issue or they're just using the term in jest? Which they probably shouldn't? I don't know. What do you think about that?
And that's another part that we can definitely talk about. I think for parents, if you see your children use the phrase, ask them a question. Hey, what's going on? What are you dealing with? And then they might explain. If they say like, oh, it's a bad day or bad test, fine. But if they say like, hey, I'm really dealing with a lot of emotions or I'm feeling overwhelmed, you want maybe then to check in with them and maybe get them some help then.
I mean, I've seen personally teenagers collapse on the floor because you asked them to unload the dishwasher. So it's hard to tell for me whether or not.
Teenagers or toddlers?
Teenagers. I mean,
well, I know some adults too.
Oliver, stomp off up the stairs. You know, I just did it yesterday. Yes, you got to do it every day. Yeah. That's how it works. Dishes come. But so, how do you know? I really actually struggle to know when it's just normal teenage moodiness and something more, like a genuine menty B.
Most teenagers will show you that it's just not just a moment, but it continues over and over. They'll show you like at the dinner table, they'll show you at school. It shows up in multiple places that they're dealing with something and struggling. So you want to pay attention to the patterns, but also like you want to be cool and not just overreact to everything. Sometimes it's just a tough day and you want to show them it's okay to deal with a tough day.
That's what he told me. Be cool, Dad. You're not chill, Dad. You're
be
chill.
Cool.
Be chill.
Right.
All right.
So I feel like with teenagers, if you ask directly, sometimes they close up. So what are things parents can do to get them to open up without necessarily saying, you know, what's wrong?
Yeah. One of the ways that we do in our own household is that we try to do daily check-ins. We ask like, what are your highs and lows or roses and thorns? Just kind of normal, so you get to know what's going on with them. So other times it might be a car ride. You know, like they're not going anywhere, so you might actually get into a conversation. But just have regular routines of how you connect with them, and maybe they'll open up. They probably will brush you off or put their AirPods in, but if you try to check in with them, they might give you the information
I once read that if you're not looking at someone in the eye, if you're in the car or on a walk, it's sometimes easier for people to open up. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, I've done it a lot of times with just guy friends, right? You're watching a game, but yet you can have a good conversation. Same thing, I think, with teenagers. You're able to do that.
Yeah, someone once told me that, particularly with teenage boys, so teenage girls would be face-to-face conversation. How are you? How are you feeling? With boys, it's side-by-side.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
You say that there are 3 questions parents should ask when their child says that they're having a menty B.
Yeah, once again, the menty B comes up, you want to ask them, hey, tell me about what's going on. And if they say like, it is something serious, you know, can I help you? Can I support you? Is this just a day? And then you also want to be able to say like, is there a way that I can get some help? And one of the things I recommend for lots of parents, if it doesn't come from you, have a trusted family member that they can talk to your kids. Hey, can you talk to auntie or uncle so-and-so, and maybe they can get the inside scoop.
Do you have any follow-up slang we can use? So if your teenager says, I'm having a menty B, can you be like, for real, King, no cap?
No, you don't want to do that.
Is that what you say?
That's when you really start to feel like you're too old. I've learned, I don't know all the slang, but
go off now. Isn't that what you say?
He did pull it off. But,
okay, I need you to explain to me what all of that means later.
Go to Know Your Meme, that's one way, or any of these slang dictionaries that will help you.
There's a website, Know Your Meme?
Know Your Meme is one of those places where you
That's how you can tell he's a family therapist.
Man,
He's handed out that website before.
Wow.
He's got it written down on a piece of paper.
That's how I have to learn. I got to stay connected.
Stay fresh, Dr. James.
Right.
Thank you so much.
I got teenagers too.